if you see the stats or the passing percentage for part 2, it generally ranges about around 50 to 60%. Okay, uh,
Yes.
it means like if 10 people are sitting for the exam, 5 people are getting pass out of the in first attempt, right? I'm talking about first attempt. Perfect. So how I think about USCMA part 2, we have to uh, I mean it's not an Indian course, so we don't have to cram the concepts, right? We don't have to learn the theory part, right? We don't have to learn the definitions. But if we learn this particular program or any US qualification, maybe it's CPA or CFA, the logic remains the same. We need to learn it in a order like which makes sense for the topics, right? So what I'm going to do is I will show you the exact order like what we are going to follow in our prep course. Okay, so basically we'll start with section C first. Okay, there is an entire logic behind this particular roadmap. Okay, I'll tell you in a bit. So we'll skip section A, we'll skip section B, and we'll start directly with section number C, which is nothing but business decision analysis, right? DA.
Yes.
So in business decision analysis, it's very, very practical section, I would say, compared to section D, E, and F. I mean, section E is little bit obviously have some calculation in it, but section C is purely uh, analytical, right? Where you have to make decisions.
Yeah.
I don't have my mouse, so please don't judge me on the writing part.
No, no.
So we'll start with business decision analysis. In this section, DA, right, we have three main important topics. First one we have is CVP analysis, cost, volume, profit analysis. Second one we have is marginal analysis. And last, it's a little bit statistical, like what we have learned, like elastic demand, supply, price, right? Uh, in our 11, 12 standard, it's pure economics, pricing. So basically, in this particular section, we have three components: CVP analysis, cost, volume, profit analysis, in which you'll have to do some calculation, like how many units we have to sell, right? On how many units my profit will become break even. What is my fixed cost? What is my operating income? So all those calculations you will get in CVP. Most interesting component of decision analysis section. Then we have marginal analysis. It is, I would say, an extension of CVP analysis, but a more trickier, because here you will have to make decisions whether you want to maybe buy or you want to outsource the product, right? Maybe you want to take on a special one-time order, and you have to increase your factory capacity, right? Or you want to see whether you want to discontinue one product, or maybe you want to extend some products. So all those decisions, like the we to take in any kind of business, right? In any type of manufacturing or service based business, you will get those particular case study in marginal analysis. And we already discussed about pricing part. It's purely statistics, like what we have learned in class 11th, class 12th, right? Economics, microeconomics.
Pure economy.
Yeah. uh, Pranita, can you please turn off your mic? Like some background noise is coming in.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so after section C, right, we'll start with section number D. So section C, I guess, consists 25% of the exam, 25%. of the whole exam. So I guess I'll take around 5 hours for CVP, right? Just for the explanation concept part, and same for marginal analysis, 5 hours, and for pricing part, we can cover this in around 3 hour class. Okay, so this is the pure lectures which you will like. You will get access to the prep platform, and you can just watch the recordings there for conceptual part. Second thing, once you are done with your concept lectures, right, you'll have a level wise question. I'll show you in a bit on the platform itself, so it will make more sense, right? But I'm just giving you the flow, how the flow work for each section, right? So once you are done with your lectures, you will have level wise question. Start picking CVP. Okay, let's say you are solving CVP questions. So in CVP, you have level 1, level 2, level 3 questions. Okay, that's how MCQs are designed on the platform. So once you complete level 1 question, you will get some kind of confidence. Okay, I am getting those calculations done right. And you'll move to intermediate section, which is our level 2, where you will get some complex calculation, right? Some maybe decision making analysis, where you have to find out some make or buy decision kind of thing, right? It's a bit long question. Then you have level 3, where you will get IMA specific question, but you will like get in your CMA exam on your prometric center, right? They are exam ready questions. So that's how your journey will look like for those MCQ questions. Once you are done with your MCQs, you already know, I guess you have already solved a few questions somewhere else, right? So you'll not able to answer every single MCQ. So you have an option to flag those MCQs, right? You will have some doubts regarding those questions. Third step, you need to learn through, maybe go through some notes which I'll provide you obviously, and maybe I'll refer you some books as well, right? Where you'll have to study which topic, because every book uh, has their own advantage and disadvantages. That's what I feel. And after you're done with your reading part, then I'll give you some maybe live sessions, or maybe it's kind of MCQ solving section, where I'm solving every single MCQ for that particular section, level 1, level 2, level 3. And maybe most of your doubts will get covered, like you flagged some of the MCQs, right? So most of your doubts will be covered from that particular doubt session, right? If you like feel like, okay, I've done with the concept lectures, I have solved every MCQ, level 1, level 2, level 3, I flagged some of the MCQs at that time, then I have complete reading all the notes and all the book references that you gave, and I have also watched the complete doubt session where you have solved most of the MCQs, but still I have some doubts. Okay, then you have an option to connect with me one on one. Okay, I'll give you some link where you can just book time slot. Okay, and we can connect like how we are like connecting right now on Google Meet. Perfect. So that's how the whole flow of one particular section, or like for every section. Perfect. I guess I'm making sense. Once you are done with section C, and you will get around, I guess, 500 question for section C, 500 something. So I guess it's more than enough, right? It's the maximum you can solve, 500. Then you will start with another section, which is section number D. Now you are done with your decision analysis concepts, right? Now you need to understand what can go wrong in the business, right? Because every decision you take comes with some risk, maybe some external risk, maybe some internal risk. So you need to understand the risk management, risk management, which is our section number D. So here you will learn everything related to types of risk, how you can calculate those particular quantitative risk maybe, or maybe some qualitative risk, right? So it's kind of a theory chapter, but I'll make sure I make this chapter very, very practical while connecting you with the real world examples, right? So section D, I guess, contains 10% of our whole syllabus. So it's a like highest scoring section, I would say, section D and section F. Perfect. So we'll cover section D then, and the flow will go same. Lectures, you will solve level 1, level 2, level 3 questions. Then I'll give you some notes or maybe some book references. Once you're done with your reading, then you'll have a doubt session wherein I am solving all the MCQs, like, and lastly you have doubt session. So same for the section number D. Once we are done with section number D, we'll start section E. Okay, section E is mostly about how you are allocating your capital. Okay, so it's capital investment decision. We have the same chapter in part 1, but it is uh, f- financial investment decision, right, where I'm investing my money in bonds, stocks, and bonds. Capital investment decisions. So till now, when you have completed your section number C, section number D, we are just talking about short-term things, okay? Like in business decision analysis, we are talking about, okay, I'll get some order, right? A one-time special order. Should I accept it or not? It's basically covering the short-run decisions, okay? It's a short-run decision, right? But if you really look at capital investment decision, if I have to put my 500K, $1 million, right? I need to look at from a broader view, which is my long-term decisions. So in capital investment decision, you will get most like practical tools like NPV, IRR, right? We have so many formulas in section C and section E. Uh, we have NPV here, IRR, and we have capital budgeting process. Okay. Again, section E contains 10% of the whole exam. Again, same flow, right? Lectures, MCQs, chapter reading, and then doubt solving MCQ session. After we are like done with section C, D, E, we'll go on section number F. Again, a theoretical chapter wherein you will have to learn professional ethics, because once every qualification have this particular module which they'll call ethics, right? We have same in CFA, we have same in CPA, and even in chartered accountancy, CA. Because if you are like working with a professional qualification, you are using like Pranita comma CMA, right? You'll have to follow principles and some level of ethics, right? Because you can't do some kind of frauds or some kind of like what I can say, like treatment, right? Like maybe you are misinterpreting some financial statement, you will have an option. Okay, I'll say, hey Pranita, please take 1 lakh rupees. Please give me the sign for this. My financial statements are true or not, right? And you say, okay, I'm getting 1 lakh rupees. Let's do this. So it's against the ethics. If you are a CMA, you'll have to follow some kind of rules and principles. And what are the acts we have, like SOX acts, and few of like, I guess, definitions. We have fraud triangle is the concept we have in section number F. So it's mostly a theoretical chapter. I would say it's very easy, but it's not simple. The question is like it very tricky. So you have to have create your judgment skill so well that you can eliminate three of the distractors first, okay, for most of your theory question. So I guess section F also contains 10% of your exam, which is your ethics. So it's a, I mean to say you don't have to learn a lot, right? And solve like 500 questions that we have done in section number C. It's a very easy and simple type of section if you understand the concepts well. So till now, if you see, we have completed section number C, which contains 25% of the exam. Then we have completed risk management, enterprise risk management, section number D, 10%, 35%, okay. Then section number E, capital investment decision, again 10%, 45. And then section number F, which is ethics, or I guess it's 55 now, right? So you have completed half of the CMA part 2 till now. Now you have the mighty sections, I would say. Then after this, we'll start with one of the longest chapter we have in whole CMA, right? I'm comparing it with CMA part 1 as well. So we have section number B with us. Section number B is corporate finance. I know majority of the students like face problems, challenges in this particular section only because they are not following that particular orders, wherein like you have to first understand how business take decisions, right? You need to know how costing works. In section C, you will learn about variable costing, right? How you are finding your variable cost, fixed cost, operating income. Then you need to understand how capital allocation works. Like we have section A, capital investment decision, wherein you will playing with some percentages, right? 7% returns, 8% bonds, right? So everything will get connected in section B, corporate finance. It's mostly like what a CFO has to do, right? In any business he have to make decision where they need to understand how the entire money, like how they can manage the whole uh, revenue, right? Like I mean to say I have few options with me. Like I have bonds, I have stock market, I have to maintain my working capital as well, because if I am selling something, let's say I have to sell these bottles. So for the raw material, I need to make sure I have that idle money. I am not investing everything somewhere else, right? So those whole decision will fall under this particular section, which is corporate finance. Done. So again, you'll learn about investment decision here, how bonds work, how you make sure that your capital structure is efficient, right? Capital structure means where from where you are raising money for the business. So we have few options like owner is investing his own money, right? Which we call equity. And maybe I have borrowed some money from bank itself, so it's a debt. So I need to make sure my whole capital structure is efficient for the business, right? So it's a debt. So we'll get a lot of question wherein I'll have some percentage of equity, some percentage of debt, and I need to understand like it is efficient for the business or not. You will learn about WAC concept, weighted average cost of capital, right? Because every capital that you are raising, maybe from owners' money, maybe from banks, maybe from financial institute, it comes with a cost, right? So yeah, that's the basic of corporate finance section. Again, the same flow. We'll use the same flow: concepts, MCQs, reading, and then MCQ solving doubt session. Then final section we have is section number A. Now you have the whole understanding of capital structure, right? How we are investing our money, how NPV work, how time value of money work, right? Now you just needed to understand some of the formulas. Like basically we have uh, ratios, a majority of the component of section number A, wherein you'll have to learn most of the category. I guess you have already seen in your class 12 or maybe in your college. We have liquidity ratios wherein we'll have to calculate current ratio, quick ratio, right? And we have activity ratios, we have profitability ratios. So basically we have to learn, I'll not say learn, we'll have to understand logic behind every single formula. We'll have profitability ratio as well. And yeah, so that's the whole basic order we are going to follow in our prep course. We'll start with section number C, then we'll follow a sequence C, D, E, F. Once we are done with C, D, E, F, half of our preparation is almost done, considering you are follow uh, the same roadmap as well, right? After section number C, D, E, F, will start killing our mighty section, which are section B and section number A. I guess I'm making sense, Pranita. Share how the platform looks like. I guess you have already explored this
Hmm.
website, right?
Yeah.
So do you have any feedback for this, or you have
इतना
just
एक्सप्लोर नहीं किया.
okay, perfect. So basically, this is the whole overview. Let me show you from the sign out page. Okay. I guess you have already signed up for this, right? So once you like add your credentials here, you will get this particular dashboard where you will have everything like how many MCQs you have solved in percentage wise for whole section, right? we have we have both the parts here, part 1, part 2, but for the lectures wise we are starting with part 2 as of now. Okay, then you have chapter guides with you. So let's say I want to read CMA part 2 decision analysis. It is just like a overview as of now. Okay, uh, let's say I want to read this particular section, and you'll have everything like it's kind of a short note. Okay, it's not an alternative for your books, but it's like a quick revision kind of thing. Okay,
So
so
notes and all आपको जो देने वाले हो वो यहाँ पे ही होगा और
yes, 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 वो यहीं पर होने वाला है. Maybe I'll try to integrate them in daily tips and concepts. Otherwise I'll add one more section here which
टास्क.
is like notes. Okay,
ओके.
and I'll give you that download option as well, so that maybe you can print out or right. It will help you like if you start reading hard copies. That's
ओके.
like how I want to study, right? So you'll have this particular section wherein you can just have a quick look about multiple concepts, right? So it's like a summary notes. Then you have this MCQ practice section with you. Okay, now let's understand. Let's say I want to solve decision analysis questions. Okay, this is part 2, decision analysis. Now, under decision analysis, I have three sections: cost, volume, profit analysis, marginal analysis, and lastly, pricing. So let's say I
Pricing.
want to solve CVP question. Now, under CVP, I want level 1 questions first. So you can see you have 15 question as of now. Okay. And let's say I want uh, like 270K. Okay. So herein you will have option explanation, right? And why other three are
Reason.
distractions and why other three are like uh, incorrect options. Then you can proceed to next question, and that's how you will solve your entire level 1 questions. Let's say you want to make this particular question as a challenging one, right? So you can flag this particular question. Okay, so when you'll come back and you'll know, okay, I have flagged few of the questions, I need to get back and like understand where I'm doing the wrong calculation, and maybe you'll get something from book and notes, right? So you can come back again and try to solve them again. Then let's say you want to it go solve intermediate level of questions. So what you can do is, again, decision analysis in your syllabus topic, subtopic is CVP, and difficulty level is level 2. Same goes for level 3. Perfect. So that's how you'll start like climbing the difficulties of your concepts or MCQs. Perfect.
Okay.
Then you have bookmark challenges here. Okay. Then you have video lectures here. So right now we don't have anything uh, on the videos part.
Okay.
Okay. Will start from next Saturday. Okay. So from the very next Saturday, you'll see a first lecture here. Okay. Let's say you want to, okay, decided do not have complete access right now. Perfect. But once you start playing, it will take you to a YouTube unlisted video and you can start watching complete lecture. And you have daily tips and notes. I'll start posting here, right? Every day, like how to study, like maybe some tips regarding like what I used to do is I'll have a app called Forest. Okay, it will block my mobile phone for 40 minutes. So I'll do my sitting for 40 minutes. That will help, right? So these kind of tips you will get in this particular section,
I
which
guess
is
something wrong with your voice.
uh,
Now
okay.
it's clear.
So you will get all those particular kind of tips and concepts in this particular section, which is daily tips and concepts. Then you have mock test simulator. Okay, this is the, yeah, you'll have a full mock exam, right? And you'll have some sectional wise MCQs. So let's say you are done with section number C. So you need to solve just a mock test wherein every question belongs to section C. Perfect. So you'll get sectional mocks here. You'll get whole complete part 2 exam, complete part 1 exam mock test as well. You'll have some, not for you, but yeah, you'll have some additional mock test here. And here is your profile. Uh, you are already a member, so you'll see a complete access here. And you can use a dark theme as well if you want, right? So that's the whole, like, I can say, overview of this particular prep platform. If you have any query, like maybe sometimes a website is like not or like working well, right? You are facing any difficulty challenges, so you have my uh, WhatsApp number as well, right? And I'll
Yes.
make some group in future maybe, so you can post your queries and challenges there as well.
अच्छा.
Perfect.
So
So
so अभी कुछ ग्रुप नहीं होगा क्या?
no,
मतलब
right now I don't think so. A group will make sense
कोई.
because we haven't started with the content yet, right?
हम्म.
So once we
हम्म.
have a good amount of content, right? You are started solving questions, then it
हम्म.
eventually makes sense.